Alright, and welcome to another Servium episode. I am your host, David Gilbert, and today I'd like to talk about living the gospel radically. You know, we hear a lot in the mainstream media that the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, ISIS, is not Islamic. That ISIS and other Islamic terrorists are radicalized Muslims or Muslim extremists that don't adhere to the teachings of Islam. You know, the unfortunate message that comes out of this is that radicalization and being an extremist are bad. You know, nothing could be further from the truth. You know, Christians are called to live the gospel radically. We are called to be extremists to follow Christ. You know, sell all that you possess, feed the hungry, give shelter to the homeless, visit the sick, the imprisoned, clothe the naked, and love your enemies. You know, Christ tells us to be extreme, hot or cold, not lukewarm. You know, in the Bible, it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I wish thou wert cold or hot, but because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will begin to vomit thee out of my mouth. Like, holy cow, holy cow. Christ is calling us to be extreme. Whether hot or cold, but he cannot stand you being lukewarm. You know, oftentimes people look at Christians who aren't following the teachings of Jesus Christ and his church. You know, homosexual priests abusing altar boys. You have those who hate others, like that Baptist church in the South that, says, kill all fags, or, protesting at soldiers' funerals. You know, and people point to those people as examples of what is wrong with Christianity, or at the very least that Christianity isn't worth following. You know, every religion will have their bad so-called followers, people who don't adhere faithfully to the teachings of their faith. If that is the case, then how can we, looking beyond the human element, determine whether a religion is good or evil? You know, to discern whether a religion is good, you must first look at the faithful adherence to the teachings of that religion, i.e. the radicals and extremists. You know, what does someone who radically is following the teachings of a given religion look like? You can tell that by looking at their saints and their martyrs. You know, the world is crying out for the radicalization of Catholics. You know, just look at our brothers and sisters in the Middle East who are suffering under the yoke of Islam. The corruption, the oppression, the killing of unborn children in their mother's wombs. You know, imagine if all Catholics lived up to the gospel radically, like St. Francis, St. Catherine of Siena, the Jesuit missionaries, Mother Teresa, and others. You know, we would win hearts and souls for Christ, but not only that, in turn we would make the world a better place. Now, if you could tell, that's really passionate about this subject. And so I just want to say to you, now go and live the gospel radically. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. And remember, please pray for me. I'll be praying for you. And remember, prepare yourself spiritually, be bold, trust in the Lord, and take action, and live the gospel radically. God bless you all. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.